are we? Okay, so everyone saw that they flick.
Yep.
Hi, good evening. How are you? Evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. First and foremostly, I'm sorry, I'm kind of breaking off script here. Happy birthday, Shami! I am joined this evening with Keanon. How do I pronounce your second name?
Jovan.
Michaels. I can pronounce that clearly. From Keanon's Kitchen, and also from the Taste the Passion events, which is how you came onto my radar.
Yeah.
Just the links. That's. I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
First and foremostly, for those who don't know, Keanon, you are chef.
That's correct.
You are Keanon's Kitchen.
That's correct.
How did that come about?
Basically, after 15 and a half years of working in the industry, always working under somebody else, doing what you have to do, or what you're directed or told to do. And our industry is very disciplined, it's very focused, so you always do what the chef says. Chef is basically has a godlike complex in the kitchen, and everything gets obeyed. So after doing what other people wanted me to do, I thought it's time for me to showcase what I can do. And I thought after my travels, and I've been so blessed to travel, and I could finally showcase what I can do, because I think I have the necessary skills and necessary confidence. And I've got everything put together now in one total package, so I can market myself. And it's not really about marketing, it's more about showing what I can do and do what I love, which is cooking things that I want to do, and using my influences from the places where I've worked, the places that I've traveled to, and so many different cuisines that I've eaten, and the amazing chefs who I've had the honor of working under in the past 15 years. And my mom especially, she's also, I'll call her one of the chefs, because she's one of my two culinary mentors, so it's just a case for me to showcase, like, I never cook the same thing twice. For example, since I started my business, I've never cooked the same dish twice, which is awesome for me. People always ask me,
For real?
Yeah, people always ask me why are there no menus, what do you do, why does your business work? It's very simple. If you're a client, I meet you for a consultation. You tell me what you can afford. If you only have 160, 150 rand a person, I can work with that. I can tell you, okay, cool, I can do this, I can do that, and I can do that. For 150 rand a year, you can't expect lamb shank, because I'm a chef, not a magician, you know what I mean? Because obviously the price of food fluctuates and prices increase, as we know. But yeah, so I'll meet you and I'll work out a menu with you. I'll give you a couple of options, 2 or 3 choices of starter, main course, dessert. You choose those options, what you want. Obviously things that affect it will be seasonability, availability, and obviously what kind of things you'd like to eat. And then you approve it. You know basically what it's going to be. If it's going to be beef fillet, it's going to be beef fillet. You don't know how I'm going to interpret that. I'll put my own interpretation on how I'm going to do it. So then I'm already meeting your expectation as a client, but then when I put my own twist in it, I exceed your expectation. So that's what I like, and I get a chance to engage with my guests. So I mostly host like small dinners, anything from 2 people, whether it's a romantic evening with your hubby or your wife, or 20 people you want to have a dinner.
That was actually my follow-up question to all of this. It's like, Keanon's Kitchen is not a set place.
No.
It is you basically being the kitchen, or bringing the kitchen to the client.
No, actually we bring the restaurant, instead of you going to the restaurant comes to your house. You do absolutely
Same.
nothing.
I meant that.
Yeah, you do absolutely nothing. I mean, as part of the service, we come in, we clean, crockery is costed into each cost per head. So all you have to do is just set up your table, lay out your theme, however you want it to be, or whatever it is. And then eventually on a later stage, I'll do like the decor and those things. But for right now, I just want to focus on the food, doing really good food, making sure that my clientele is happy and I get good reviews. That's what it's about for me, just making sure that my clients are happy and their expectations are exceeded constantly. And that's the main thing in my game. You have to be consistent. You're only as good as your last plate.
You see, did you remember the pressure talk we had?
Yeah.
That theory is what I apply. That's why.
And I think the secret to it is it's just paying attention to details. It's all about the small details in life. Okay, for like most people won't think much of it, but for a chef, if I see something and all my plates have to look exactly the same, so you mustn't be able to distinguish between the two. It must look like the same person made each and every single plate, every single time, to the T. If it's not good enough, I won't send it. That's it. You have to set yourself a standard.
I feel like I'm in the kitchen with Gordon Ramsay.
You have to set yourself a standard. You have to set yourself a standard, and you have to maintain that standard because our people. When I say our people, I mean my people. We always have this mindset where it's only the wealthy white people that can afford private chefing, living in Camps Bay and Bantry Bay, and that's the wrong mindset to have. We can afford it. 5-star cuisine or hiring a chef of a high caliber with my experience and my knowledge and my skill set, we can afford it. All you have to do is just call me or email me and we set up a consultation. So I have to change the mindset of the colored community especially, and I'm going to do that one dinner at a time. It's, Rome wasn't built in one day, but that's what I'm pushing for. Because you don't need expensive ingredients to make absolutely beautiful food. You can take the simple ingredients, because that's a challenge as a chef. Taking something simple, something cheap, something small, something that you look past and turn it into something amazing. That's where the creativity part comes, and that's the part that we love. Well, that's my favorite part of cooking.
I was going to ask, when it comes to preparing your plates, it's, besides the actual meal, your focus would be more on presentation and that would be where your creativity basically comes to life.
It would be a few things. It wouldn't just be presentation. Presentation is one of the elements. For me, it's the cooking. That's where the real passion is. That's where the love is. I love cooking. My girlfriend and I, Michelle, we fight for who can cook at night. Because I work from home and she's at work most of the time, and she gets up at 10 o'clock. I can't expect her to still cook and do this and do that. So, I'm cooking most because I love it. It's not like a chore for me. Doing the washing is like a chore for me, Iman moenie was goed doen. But cooking for me is a pleasure. I love it. It gives me pleasure to cook. That's how much I love it. It's like an addiction.
When did this love for cooking start?
I would say from about, one of my clearest memories was about 8 or 9 years old. My mother always used to watch in the kitchen and always ask about what you're making, and she would just throw a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Without, before I went to chef school, about measuring and weighing things, and the cakes would always come out. Just to keep it quiet, she gives you like the spoon or something to lick, and then, and then I took an interest and I asked, and then I was a greedy boy. I was still a bit greedy, grown up man, but she would always just ask, what's there to eat? She's like, listen, I don't feel like cooking. Look in the fridge, see what there is, make yourself something to eat, and then I got creative. Got a little bit of rice, got a little bit of onion, got an egg, got a green pepper. Put it together. I didn't even know I was making egg fried rice at the time, but...
Is that all you need for egg fried rice?
Basically, and some chili and a little bit of spice, obviously depending on your variation, but that's how I started cooking, and I thought, this is actually tasting nice with a little bit of salt, pepper, and then I started going from there. So from about 9, 10 years old, I really wanted to start cooking, and by the time I got to 16, I was still cooking, and then the time came up to go shadow working, But in my time, they used to call it standard 8. I think now they call it grade 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's now grade 10.
I'm not a complete dinosaur yet.
Otherwise, FET.
And then I was fortunate enough to get in at the Cape Sun Intercontinental in Sand Street at 16 years old, being my mom that she is. Formal shoes, formal black pants, white shirt, all ironed out, and you have to wear, the guys polish your shoes the night before, make sure it shines, make sure you look decent. Get there, the guys are like, what are you doing? Like, plastic apron. And I remember my first job at 16 years old. I had to debone about 200 salmon trout with tweezers. It was time consuming, and I complained in the first 20 minutes, but then I started enjoying myself, because you have to feel with your finger every little pin bone, and you have to do it perfectly. And I was quite proud of myself.
With a tweezer?
Yeah, you get special tweezers.
I was going to be like, is it like the same tweezers?
No.
I would do more than complain.
No, but I mean, I enjoyed it, funny enough, because the chef thought, I'm going to stitch this kid up, he doesn't know what it's about, and then he saw my reaction off, he's like, okay, you want to come back? And I was like, yeah. So I used to spend my school holidays there when I was 16 at the Cape Sun Intercontinental Hotel. So by the time I got to standard 9 or grade 11, before I even thought of matric, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I was convinced that because they took me through every facet of the kitchen, the pastry kitchen, you know, the roastery kitchen, that's where the meats were done, that's where the sauces were done. Because it was 5 stars, so they all had different departments, and I was like, mine was just blown. I was like, wow, this is so cool. I want to do this. Look at all the ingredients, you know. And I really wanted to get involved in that. And then I just followed my passion because I knew it's what I wanted to do. And by the time I finished matric, did my college course at Northern College, and I just all, you know, hard work from there, like from day one. There's no playing around. But what they don't tell you when you start chef school is you're going to have absolutely no social life. You're going to miss birthdays. You're going to miss Christmases. You're going to miss Boxing Days. You're going to miss New Year's Eve, New Year's Days, 21st, funerals, weddings. You're going to miss all of that because you literally become a slave to the industry. Any chef worth his soul will...
Is this as you start out? Because I would think like the
even
chef
now,
would be the center of all those events.
That's a misconception that a lot of people make. You spend 14 days straight at work, you're working 14, 16 hours a day. The only time you're literally not working is if you're either smoking or you're sitting on the toilet bar. That's literally what it comes down to. But that's the expectation of chefs. Like people tell me, I got 3 people and they tell me they're tired. I'm like, yo bro, how was your week? I'm tired. Okay, what were your shifts this week? 7-4. Like bro, 7-4. When you wake up in the bath and the water's ice cold and you look like a California raisin after working 14 days for 16 hours straight, then you can tell me you're tired. Unless you haven't done that, I don't want to hear anything because that's called hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of like kids out there have a misconception that's what they see on TV. It's not like that at all. You really have to be passionate about what you do because it's really hard work and it's super demanding and it's a high pressure work environment. And if you don't have a tough skin, forget about it. If you cry in the kitchen, forget about it. Go work somewhere else. Choose another career path. It's not for you.
I would think that your love for cooking and your will to be a chef would then have to be so strong. Not only that, but like I don't know if tenacity is the big
Yeah,
word.
definitely need tenacity. Yeah.
The correct word.
No, that is the right word. You need to be tenacious.
In order to survive in the kitchen, and like you said, people make reference to what happens on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I made the reference to Gordon Ramsay because I would think that, I mean, based on what you're saying, Hell's Kitchen would be more of a representation of what the chefs actually have to go through than, what's this other cooking show that also happens?
There's so many, but Hell's Kitchen's a bit, it's more entertainment, to be honest with you.
Really?
Gordon Ramsay is like that though. If anybody knows anything about Gordon Ramsay, I like his stuff. His first stuff when he had 2 Michelin stars, when he was coming up, he was so hungry because he wanted to beat Marco Pierre White and being the youngest man ever to achieve 3 Michelin stars. He was so hungry. He wanted to get to the top, and he scratched his way all the way to the top. Anyone that does his history from the aubergine, you know, all the way. I mean, that's inspiring. I mean, that was like he really pushed himself hard in the way he markets himself now, but it's all entertainment. You know what I mean?
So
the kitchen is hardcore and his standards are high, but I mean, the guy's got 11 Michelin stars, his standards going to be high. You're going to cook a piece of meat, you're going to cook a piece of meat properly. If you call yourself a chef, you have to be able to be cooking every facet of the kitchen. I'm not a pastry chef, but I can do pastry work.
Yeah.
I spend my time in the pastry, I can do my basics.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't mess it up with people like that.
I would hope not.
Nah, but they know
because
what
it's like
they
I think of all the tweets that's happening where the tweets that I see is mostly retweets of where someone would send him a photo of their plate and be like, Gordon Ramsay, what do you think of this? And you'll slash that person with like 3 or 4 words in a reply tweet, and I'm like,
I wouldn't do that though. For me, I don't see anyone as competition. My only competition is myself. I push myself constantly and I challenge myself constantly. I always try to do better. I look at photos and I look at where my food was and I look at where my food is now, and I'm constantly thinking. You can ask my girlfriend Michelle. She puts a book and a paper and a pen next to my bed. I'm up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I can't switch off. I'm always thinking of new concepts, new flavors, new textures, new things I can put together. And I'll just start writing that down at like 8 o'clock and I'll wake up and like, check this out. She'll be like, I'm busy sleeping. It's like, what do you think of this? I'm gonna try this now. You know, that's it for me. That's like, I have the capacity to do this now, and I haven't been happier. I mean, it's a big risk starting a business, especially like after 15 years of knowing on the 25th your stop order is going to go off, that's going to go off, that's going to go off. Taking the risk and saying, you know what, the hell with it, I'm just going to start my own thing. But I haven't been happy in my career, like honestly.
So, you say that you have not cooked the same meal twice. That is not throughout the 15 years.
No, I'm talking about since I've opened my business, yeah.
And Keanon's Kitchen has been around for how long?
It was launched on the 22nd of April this year.
This year?
Yeah.
So it's fairly new.
Yeah, I'm already up to about 750 likes on Facebook, on my page.
Besides that, I mean, it's like I told you when I sent out the notification to say that you're going to be on NicciNotes, it was like, oh no, but I know him, and like, okay, I'll stalk you a little bit. So, but call it research.
Okay, cool.
So like, as I'm going through your posts and things, it's like, my understanding was that you've been around for like 3, 4, 5 years.
Chefing?
Yes. No, not chefing, but like Keanon's Kitchen. Because like when you said, oh no, like do the consultation with the clients, and it's like whether it be a dinner for 2, whether it be a dinner for 20. It's like I'm thinking to myself, how the hell don't I know about this yet? But now you tell me it's only been this year, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not that far to
Makes sense.
I'm not that far.
No, but I mean, I've been very, very blessed. Like honestly, I have a lot of support out there. My support base, my girlfriend, my mom. I have amazing friends. You know, Nigel Saville. I'm part of the 9 Mile Surf Club. I'm part of the 9 Mile Project, and they've really helped me out a lot. My friend Garth Whaley, Mr. Migo, aka Hayskind, graphic designer, Landon, Crazy Jap Nogano, you know, Gareth Hing, so many, Wayne Harris. You know, there's so many awesome guys. They're not just chefs or graphic designers, they're my friends. And they were in a position where they can help me, and they've helped me so much. Carl Asif, aka DJ Juice, hooked me up with espresso. He's like, oh, are you into that? I'll be like, bro, hook me up. And he did, and he hooked me up with Zola, and that's how I got into the espresso show. And I'm so grateful, the guys, they really helped me out so much. So when I get to that capacity where I'm in a position to help other people, first you have to help yourself.
Yeah.
Be able to help yourself, before you can help others. That's something I also learned. It's good wanting to help people, but if you can't help others, if you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? So I'm really grateful for that. The guys really helped out a lot. And the Slambertain community, overwhelming. People are like, were you nervous?
You always hashtag proud.
But I am proudly Slambertain.
And then I'm like, okay, is that because you're based in Slambertain or from Slambertain?
No, we moved into Slambertain in about 1985, and then we've had about 2 or 3, or I think 3 houses in Slambertain. The last one where I host my dinners is the longest. We moved in there in 95. But I mean, I'm from Slambertain. We're known as Village Boys. You know what I mean? Slambertain Village. I mean, I lived in Warm Estate for about 4 or 5 years, and I'm currently living in Salt River. And I got friends here, and I love the community, I love the area, but Slambertain is my heart. Yeah. It's like you can immigrate to Australia, you're still a South African.
Oh, yes.
No matter what. It's kind of on that basis. So, and the community's really been behind me. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, Cape Town and South Africa has really been about my community. It's overwhelming. I feel like a pastor in a church. And, hey. I'm like, wow. So, and like my heart's also in Slambertain because my beach is there. My local beach where I surf, 9 miles. I'm a 9 mile local.
Yeah, besides doing your chef tree thing, you also surf. Would you say that is your breakaway from, like you say, you wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and it's like your brain is just busy with flavors. So when you are surfing, is that the time that your brain has a break? Or is that where you start finding new inspiration?
Surfing is so much more than that. It's like my lifeline, basically.
Your lifeline?
My lifeline. Like, we all grew up in color communities, and there's different negative facets that I won't go into detail with. Slambertain, like any other color community, it's not different. So you either had a choice, you can do this, you can either become a soccer star, like we've got some amazing soccer talent coming up from Slambertain. karate, all those kind of things, and then you could surf. So luckily, my older sister always hung around surfers, and I was always bored because I was like an enthusiastic cricketer at the time, and I went to the beach and I checked the guys surfing, and I thought, wow, these guys, it looks so cool, and I really got involved in, after you stand up on your first wave, it's like an addiction. It's really, really addictive. And I mean, my friends now, they're in Indonesia, and my other friends just got back from Thailand, they took their wives, they're surfing in Indo. Now, shout out to Lal and Jason, ahoy, Indo. And I mean, like, we always go up to J Bay or Elands Bay. I mean, that's my life. Like, if I couldn't cook, if I wasn't cooking and I wanted a career, I would just go around the world and surf. Surfing makes me happy. It's like my mental stability. Because no matter what you're going through on land, it's like there's a billabong at that saying, only a surfer knows the feeling.
Yeah.
It's true, only a surfer does know the feeling. So me trying to explain it to you, we're going to need like a 24-hour interview.
Okay.
For it, you know. But that's my other passion, and I'm still very competitive. We're competing, the SWAT team from Muizenberg, they won the South African Interclubs this year.
Yes.
At St. Francis, we are competed, and so the host team, the next year the event is at the host team's beach. So instead of us going up, all the Durban boys, all the Eastern Cape boys are all coming up to Muizenberg next year. It's usually on the Valentine's weekend, so we'll be training for that. You know, so we're going to be competing, and besides surfing, I started longboarding here in Woodstock. I started with Alpha Longboards, and eventually I've got my crew now, Tarbound.
Yeah.
Like, guys are super, super fast. Really, like the same passion I have for surfing and for cooking, they have for skating. And the boys are all going to be skating tonight. I can't tell anybody where they're going to be skating. Just watch Facebook where the videos will be posted. But
after this, we can post
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, they're really good friends also, like the Tarbound crew. They're really cool guys, and they're all from around the area, literally a couple of meters away. You know, and yeah, that's what I do when I'm not chefing. I mean, my girlfriend Michelle skates as well. She's more of the chilled. I'm more into the downhill and the racing aspect and the sliding aspect of it. But I'm not as fast as the boys though. They're on another level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now the fact that you can't reveal location makes me think that they're going to be up to no good.
No, it's not that it's up to no good. It's just no snitching is allowed. Snitches get stitches. Like I know where the boys are tonight. Be safe. Go low. Stay low. Go fast. Safety, guys. Ahoy.
That just makes it seem more like they are up to no good.
Nah, they know what they're doing. Like, I wouldn't be with a crew that, like, skating in a pack of guys. Like, they know what they're doing. I wouldn't skate with a lot of different crews. I won't be confident in their abilities. Like, the guys, we never crash into each other or clip each other. Because if you're right in front and you fall and everyone's behind you, slipping you all the time, I mean, you can get hurt. Yes, there can be some serious repercussions.
I can imagine that much.
A friend of mine snapped both his femurs last year, you know, doing another dangerous road. But I mean, the risks are real. But fortunately, he's very close to recovery now, and another friend of mine hurt his knee. And
I'm probably too excited to get back onto the board.
Nah, it's like when you cut yourself. I've cut myself, I've burned, I've had staples in this thumb. I've literally got caught half of my thumb down in a mandolin. I didn't use the guard, and I had about 3 or 4 staples in here. And I mean, I went to the hospital, Somerset Hospital, 3 latex gloves later, and I got back into the kitchen. The chef eventually sent me home because it couldn't stop the blood, it wasn't clotting, so the glove was like accumulated. You know what I mean? And I got sent home. Because in the kitchen, you're either in jail, you're dead, or you're on your deathbed. You don't call in sick. You don't call in sick. It's a very hardcore environment. That's why, like, especially women in the industry, I have so much more respect for female chefs than for men. Not that it's a gender thing, it's just because they have to prove themselves even more and harder than the guys, and they have to take the same amount of pressure because, you know, gender equality is a big thing now, and I'm happy that, you know, there is gender equality. Back in the day when I was coming up, there was a lot of sexism. You know, towards women and stuff like that. And some of the most badass chefs I've worked under were women, and They don't take nonsense. They put me through my paces, make no mistake. I'm not going to mention any names or any places where I've worked at, but make no mistake, they know what they're talking about, they know their food, and people see it as aggression, we see it as passion.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why the person's getting upset is because they actually love what they do, they care about it, they sit up at night thinking of this dish and you just screwed it up. You haven't paid the same amount of attention or amount of detail that it deserves. So, you know, you have to give credit where credit is due, and that's what it's about. It's about passion. That's why, like, my motto for my business is taste the passion. It's not just for my dinners. That's what it is.
Ask when it comes to taste the passion, would that be?
That's what it is. Because I don't tell people I do this and I do that. Just come and taste my food. Simple.
And that would answer everybody's question.
Exactly. I'll give you a description of what you're eating, but the proof is in the taste. It can look good. You know, visually, that's one thing. We eat with our eyes. I mean, if it looks good, it has to taste exceptional. It's not just about the look. It needs to taste exceptional, because what's going to make me want to eat more of that?
Here's a question I have. Like, as much as things normally, like, if it's appealing to my eye, this is now me personally. If it's appealing to my eye and I really want to taste it, my concern is always, what am I eating? Do you leave that mystery to the palate or the tongue or the taste, or do you say like, okay, so you're gonna have a?
It depends on the situation. If a group of foodies, or if I was like another concept I was thinking of, a lot of my friends they're still working in hotels and restaurants. They can't get off Saturdays, Sundays, Fridays. I know this, so I'm trying to host like a dinner thing in the week. Like on a Wednesday, so people that are in the industry, we usually get off in the week, which is cool because the shops are empty, you can do your shopping, no children around, it's perfect, you know, that's one of the perks of working in the hospitality industry. But I want to start that thing in the week, and unless it's like a group of chefs or people that are in the industry or a group of my peers, I won't tell them what it is. Then it would be the mystery, then they think, you know, because the main thing about food now, it's all about theatre. You know, theatrics, like even the photo shoot that I got set up with Jude Webb. Thinking on that line, you know, it's all about exceeding your expectation constantly. You don't know what to expect. Or I'll ask people always my most important question: are there any dietary requirements?
Dietary requirements?
Yeah, like if you're allergic to nuts, if you're allergic to fish,
okay.
because if somebody gets like. Sorry, we should say dietary restrictions. Sorry, let me rephrase that, because you can literally kill someone if they're allergic to something, you know. So, other than that, it's cool. I don't like to cook for vegans because it limits you so much. Yeah, I said it live on NicciNotes. I know, no problem with vegans. I have a lot of Rastafarian friends and vegetarian friends and pescatarian friends. I love you all, but
you can only do so much.
How can you do about cream and butter? That's like the best. So I was helping out a friend in observatory at one of these places, and vegan cooking, it's nice, but it's just the cream and butter that I can't, like, it just doesn't taste the same. I mean, you can make ice cream and stuff without cream, but it's just not the same.
What is ice cream with no cream?
It's like non-alcoholic beer. Like, what's the point? What's the point of giving me beer with no alcohol in? That just defeats the whole purpose. You know, that's just my opinion. I don't have a drinking problem. I'm just making a point. Like,
yes, ice cream with no cream is like
there's many ways to make ice cream.
Beer.
You can make ice cream in 5 seconds using liquid nitrogen also. There's so many ways of...
Oh, yes, I've seen that.
There's so many things that you can do.
Yeah, Robin Patterson says you guys are having an awesome talk.
Shot, Robin.
Yeah, that's all. Everybody's more in, like, by the looks of things, captivated by the talk, actually.
Okay, cool. So yeah, there's many ways to skin a cat, but the thing is, the reason why people have to go to chef school is to learn the basics, the fundamentals. You know, it's like you can. And also, it's about a lot of things, man. It's like your equipment. While we're like over our knives, you can be the best mechanic in the world, work on the best cars, and whatever. If you don't have the right tool for the job, it's useless. That's how we got our knives. I mean, my girlfriend's scared of my knives. If I ran out of a razor, for example, and I needed to shave, I could use one of my knives. that's literally how sharp my knives are. Because the sharper my knife, the easier it's going to be to work with.
Have you ever shaved with one?
No, I don't. I don't shave with my knives. I was just making an example of how you treat your equipment. You know what I mean? You invest in good knives. It's like a mechanic buying a set of titanium Spaniards or something like that. It won't break. It will last forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same with knives. So, yeah, my birthday's coming up on Monday. If anybody wants to buy knives,
Hint, hint, goof, goof.
just say.
Goof, goof.
Need a fish knife, a flexible fish knife, and a deboning knife. Thank you, guys.
That's all there on the wish list.
Yeah, it's all on my wish list. So, yeah, man. But other than that, it's just really, it comes down to what you love and what you like to do. I mean, I get some of my friends, when I do get to see my friends, and I ask them, like, on a Friday night, how was your week? How was work? Like, nah, man, look here, have a drink, man. Don't talk about work. Don't ask me how my week was and how work was. I can't shut up. I mean, I talk enough already. Anybody that knows me, I bubble constantly. Ask me how my week was. Yo, brah, you had to see this menu. And like, okay, we get it. You love what you do. It's enough. They don't ask me anymore. They'll just comment on Facebook, your food looked nice. Cool, thank you.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, that's it. It comes down to passion, man. And what you know, people can taste it literally when you cook with love. When you do something that you love, it doesn't feel like work. That's the thing. I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate. Not everybody is as privileged as I am, because I feel privileged that I found something that I love, that I'm passionate about, and I can literally make a living from it. You know, it's not just an income. I can live off it. I've built up this career over 16 years, and it's been very, very hard, and it took a lot out of you. It takes a lot. You really need the mental capacity to be able to say, you know what, I hate this chef, I want to smash his face in, but until I get to his level, I'm going to learn from him, because that guy's really good, he does good food, and I'm learning things I haven't learned before. You just suck it up, you take it, whether you take it on the chin, you take it in the stomach, you take it in the head, no matter, you just have to take it, persevere, push through, try to learn and extract as much as you can from that chef. Take his food or what you've learned from him and twist it, manipulate it, and make it your own.
Yeah.
Or use those concepts or those flavors or those textures, you know? Because that's what it is, basically, in a nutshell. You know, you steal with the eye. I steal with the eye. I'm constantly stealing with the eye. Like, chefs got this thing, we don't always want to give out our best. We don't want to show everybody our
I was
best.
going to ask you, what would you say is like your best meal or your favorite meal? Like your go-to meal? Besides, okay, no, that's
my comfort food. For me, it's comfort food. That's a very simple thing. Like, for me, my mother's food. I love, like, see, if anybody's eating my mom's food, they can vouch for it. She's the real gangster in the kitchen. Like, she will outcook me. I will outchef my mom, but she will literally outcook me. That woman, she was blessed with a talent to cook. I wasn't blessed with that talent. I have passion to cook, and I had to learn and persevere to get to where I am now, to get to my skill set, and I had to travel, and she was just born with it, and I'm so envious at times. I'm like, yo, I wish I could be so good. You know, like, see, I could phone my mom, like, okay, mommy, I'm running a bit late to this function, can you start churning the ice cream? My mother will get it on, she'll make an ice cream from the scratch, she'll get the eggs in, she'll whisk up a wasabi on, I need the crown, she can do it, she can do anything. So for me, it's definitely my mom's curry, and that's probably one of my favorite dishes to cook and to eat is curry. Like,
oh, curry. I was going to be like your mom's curry.
No, my mom's curry for me is the best. Like, am I right? It's really, really good. And you know that I check everything that she does, and I take photos and I document them. I still can't taste like this. How does she do it? I can't get it to us. I mean, I would reckon my curry is good.
But mom's is
But hers is excellent. I mean, look, I've been to Asia. Like, I love Asia. That's probably my favorite region of the world to be to. I mean, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Korea, I've been to China. I've tasted like all the cuisine, the street food. When I go to a country or to a city, I don't go to the restaurants. I never ever go to a restaurant first. I eat street food. I want to eat what the people eat, because that's where the real flavor and that's where the real culture of the people is. In what the normal people, their staple food is. And once you get that, then you start understanding the cuisine. Yes. At least for me, that was how I done it, you know what I mean? And that's how I learned a lot. And Thai food and Malaysian, oh my God. The food, the flavors, the textures, it's so fragrant. And before you can even eat it, you're tasting it already. You're like, you know, you get that ginger, you get that lemongrass, you can, oh, you know what I mean? It's nice, that's what I love
Don't
it.
you think of it like Malay food would be like the go-to food because it's the most aromatic. I'm using a lot of words tonight. Woohoo! I'm impressed with myself. Okay, quick. Why?
Yasin Benjamin.
Ooh.
I will buy you those, but use it wisely. Through what you put in is what you get out, what you get double out, and I want crayfish curry.
Crayfish curry.
So Yasin Benjamin is saying he's going to buy you, what's that flexible fish name?
Fish knife.
Yeah.
And the other thing I think?
It's just a normal deboning.
Okay, so Yasin Benjamin is going to buy those tunas. Is it tuna? Yes, tunas, and then you're going to make him crayfish curry.
Deal. That's a deal.
Does it?
I'll take it up and this one.
That's definitely a
Okay,
deal.
as soon as Yasin says yes, all I want to know is, can I also have from the crayfish curry? I don't give about it. I just want to know, can I also
But
have?
the things that motivate me as a chef is like being around other chefs. Like I surround myself with guys that my girlfriend Michelle will always tell me, like, you don't think you're good. It's like, I don't think I'm good at all. I've never thought I'm good. Some like people tell me nowadays, oh, you're a celeb. I don't think I'm a celeb.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself a celeb at all. I'm a brother from Slammerton pushing my dream and pursuing my passion. That's it. In the story, no hashtags, nothing like that. Besides the fact that I'm proudly Slammerton.
I was going to say hashtag proudly Slammerton.
You know, and it's also, I want to set an example like to the younger guys out there, man. From Slammerton, who's watching this, who's listening to this, who see me on social media, who see me on TV. If I can do it, you can do it. What's stopping you from achieving your dream and your goals? I had to push towards, if you're willing to work for it, you can achieve it. There's nothing stopping you. The only limitation is yourself. You look in the mirror, that's the only person stopping you. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything, because you have to motivate yourself. Some days are hard. You don't want to get up, you're tired, your back is sore, you're burnt, your fingers are cut. You just think to yourself,
like he's got to be
you're like, Lord, give me strength. I have to go, is the chef off today? He's on looking at the rosters like he wins his brow off. I want the opposite days. He's 2 off days and I want to be off all teams. I don't see this brow for 4 days. You know, it's been like that. It's been like that. Because you get drilled, you get drilled. But the thing is, I needed to get drilled. I needed to get that discipline. I needed to get that focus. There was a lot of things missing out in my career because in the beginning I was quite playful. I used to party around a lot. People know I used to party a lot. I even had a nickname and I used to party and I wasn't really focused on my career. And for me, life was a big chore. And I got a car now, go here, party there, and you realize your career suffers.
Yeah.
And everyone else gets promoted and you stay in the same position. You're thinking, but I cannot cook this one and I cannot cook that one. I got more experience. I worked at better places. What are they doing different that I'm not doing? They focus. Their shift starts at 2 o'clock, that they're at 12 o'clock already setting up, getting things done, helping out where they can. They're hungry. And that I learned from them. I was like, okay, this is what I need to do. I was like, stop all the BS, put your big boy pants on, roll up your sleeves and start pushing. And then I put my head down and then things started happening for me. Because the kitchen works like the army. It works in rank.
Yeah.
You literally start from the bottom. You might think, I don't care how much money your mom and your daddy spent at chef school. You come into the industry, you're going to peel potatoes, you're going to do all the crap jobs. Because we had to do it. You have to pay your way. That's the way, So for me, like it was hardcore. Like some guys that I've worked under and some people I've worked under, it's a serious reality check. It's like you really need to motivate yourself, and when I say passion, you really have to love what you do in order to be a chef. It's definitely not what you see on TV. It's not some gimmick. It's real. It's people's lives. People cry, people bleed, people burn. It's hardcore.
Yeah.
Like it's not mediocre. I'm not pretending or exaggerating. It is hardcore.
Now I can see that the seriousness of what you like every time you
like nowadays it's the
say
thing.
it as like
Nowadays in the
I
past.
don't want to ever be in the kitchen like ever. Like,
Past
I
10
will
years,
stay out
like-
now.
Past 10 years is a thing called human resources. That's the only reason why people aren't getting punched out in the kitchen anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I won't mention names or places, but I've seen friends of mine being punched. Like literally dragged into the walk-in fridge and punch, or wait outside in the parking lot and get punched or get knocked out. Literally. You know, the most dangerous thing in any kitchen is the chef's ego. When chefs have a godlike complex and they think like the sun shines out their ass, you know, that's the most dangerous thing in the kitchen, because then you're not listening to your staff. And you need to have your staff respect you. They might not like you. I didn't like a lot of the chefs I worked under, but I respected them. And that's a big thing for us in our industry. You know, there were guys I won't hang out with them on the weekend. I don't want to be buddies with them. I don't want to be at a braai with them. But when I see them in Canal or wherever, I respect them. I take them and I still greet them. Chef. It's a respect thing. And they've earned my respect by their ability and what they've taught me. And I'm ever grateful for that. I don't like them. I hate their guts and I talk this and I say that about them, but I respect them. As chefs. Not as people, as chefs. Because we are different. For us as chefs, it's completely different from other people, because you have to be a special kind of crazy to be a chef. Like that's a God's honest truth.
Yes.
The way, the mental capacity and what you put your body through to be a chef, it's insane. My mother used to ask me, like a lot of people check out on drugs sometimes, like, yo bro, you are now in the club and now you're at work again. Did you sleep? I'm like, what sleep?
Yeah, because your
Sleep
love
when you're dead.
for cooking is the
Sleep when you're dead. It's hardcore, it's work. Like, you have to push as a chef. It's like, it's no joke. It's like, people don't understand that. It's hectic. And you know what? I have absolutely no regrets. I wouldn't change anything in this past 15 and a half years that I've learned. You know, throughout my career, I'm very, very grateful that I've learned so much. And I've been blessed to work under like exceptional chefs. Like one of my biggest mentors is a gentleman by the name of Marcus Retailer. He's back in the UK now. He was the head chef when I worked at the Western, formerly known as the Arabella Shillington, Cape Town. I was working on the 19th floor, my first real fine dining gig. You know, working with that team there, the best brigade I've ever worked under, you know, with the boys. And I mean, all the guys come from, they're all southern suburbs, Cape Flats, but you know, you always judge a book by its cover. But when those boys put on the chef jackets in the level of professionalism and the way they could cook, wow. I would do anything to work with a brigade like that again. That is like, it's like the Avengers. You know what I mean? And the chef is Tony Stark. He's just giving the directions, but the team's all working together. Because that's what a kitchen is. It's like a symphony. You can have the best band in the world. If the guitarist, if he plays a wrong tune, the whole song's going to be spoiled. It's the same with the kitchen. You on the meat, you on the fish, you on the sauce, you on cold starters, you running the pass. One voice, the chef calls it out, everybody answers. It's all jokes and laughs. 6 o'clock, phones off, radio off, game face on, clean down section set up, service is about to start. That's when it happens. That 3.5 to 4 hours, it's intense and you pay attention. You listen to the chef. Chef talks, you say, yes, chef. How long? You need to be accurate with your times. If I'm running meat and I tell you 10 minutes, you're on the fish, you know, okay, bro, you've got about 9 minutes to get everything to the pass. So if I'm going to screw up, I'm going to mess up your timing, I'm going to mess up the vegetables, the sauce, everything, and all those doctors are going to have to wait. So you really have to know your stuff, and the pressure's on. And it's not just one docket, it's starting to pile up now.
Yes.
Now you got 20, 30 dockets going for you at the same time, and there's 7, 8, 9, 10 different components going on the plate, and every plate needs to look the same, and it needs to be wiped, and it needs to be the right temperature, and it needs to be served, and it's on, and everyone's watching, and everyone's waiting, and the adrenaline's pumping, and it's, that's what I look for.
I'm sorry that I'm laughing.
You know?
We definitely have to schedule another session. Because this hour flew like way faster than what, but it's been very educational. There is a lot I can learn from you. But what you would do and what you apply in your chef tree, I see how I would be able to apply it and how many others would be able to apply it to their different passions, which is, it's inspirational. Hey! But thank you once again for being here. Quick advertising. So, Keanon, Javon, Michael's Keanon's Kitchen, hit him up on Facebook or email.
Or you can email me at...
All those details are on your Facebook page?
Yeah, it's all on my Facebook
Awesome.
page.
You can book him for a dinner for 2 or a dinner for 20. You give him the budget, he gives you the art. I'm so quiet this week, literally. Thank you again for being here.
It was my
I
pleasure.
will link all the details below with regards to where they can contact you, but that will be in the tags as well. The next Taste the Passion event, I see, is Dara's for the 4th of November.
The 4th of November. Save the date, 4th of November.
Yes, all details will be up. I will share the event on the NicciNotes page as well. And yeah, see y'all again next week.
Bye bye.